Okay, this is actually a first, I believe. Every one of these pairs is the same, essentially a triple up. We have a cult classic Nike shoe on our hands. One pair is on my feet, so these are empty. I'm already starting to break them in. And then I wanted to get a second pair because the price point is pretty decent. It's not that expensive of a shoe I mean, it's definitely not cheap, but price point is pretty reasonable at $130. But I also have an older pair from 2022 that I just didn't wear that much because they were too snug. So I finally got a chance to get my correct size in them, and I'll get rid of these at some point. We'll talk about that in this video. This absolutely classic Nike shoe, but it's a cult classic. This is something that ends up at the outlets a lot of times, and I think that's gonna change. But this is a shoe you've seen. It's retroed so many different times. I think it's a classic. I think it's the best colorway we've seen. It's the wrong pair, holy smokes. I don't know how that happened, but I guess you're gonna get an early glimpse at Nike Air Max 95s with a big bubble here that I didn't think that I was gonna unbox in this video. I was saving this for my top 10 summer sneakers, where we have the big bubble just like the Air Max 95 Neons. This is a GR and this is extremely limited, but they both have that big bubble. So I thought this would be a fun one to feature, but this is not the shoe we are talking about. Where did I put them? This is the 2022 pair. So this is what I need. Drum roll, please. The Nike Air Trainer SC High Auburn, AKA the Bo Jacksons. This is one of those shoes that I think is the true definition of a cult classic. Something that doesn't sell out right away, but a lot of people tend to like them. They cop them if they know, and then after they're gone, there's something that is sought after. So these are starting to sell out, FYI. I will link them for you down in the description, but hang on. Let me just talk to you about these real quick and why I have 3 pairs of them. So first impressions, quality-wise, it's just okay. This is not anything premium on here, and for a $130 Nike sportswear shoe, that wasn't what I was expecting. This is exactly what I thought it would be. It's that standard stiff white leather, not something that, you know, I'm gonna complain about. This is easy to clean, which is somewhat of a benefit of a material like this. And it is crispy white, so it's not that aged sale look that's really popular right now that some people have a gripe with. It's not that. And as far as the colorway goes, obviously you can see those accents on here, the Auburn colors where Bo Jackson went to college. And a shoe like this is actually a cheat code for an outfit like I'm wearing, which is very basic, and something like this that has a little bit of color in it where the rest of the outfit isn't. I'm wearing just some bummy sweats, a bummy Nike crew neck, and a hat. Something like this, or a shoe right here like the Air Tech Challenge 2, is just a cheat code. It adds a little bit of color to a basic outfit and totally changes things. This is a very respectable shoe amongst sneakerheads and collectors, in my opinion. So why is there a brand new pair in my hand, a brand new pair on my feet, and then a third pair right here? Well, let's start in 2022 when I ordered these for the first time, and I wanted to give them a shot. So this isn't something where I'm like this huge Bo Jackson collector or SC Trainer collector and I know everything about the shoe. I know a little bit. I know it's Tinker Hatfield designed. And by the way, this is not a Bo Jackson signature shoe. This is just something that Nike tapped him to market. This wasn't made specifically for him. So this pair right here from 2022 is an 11.5. These are a size 12 from 2025. And this pair always felt just a little bit snug. So I was waiting for there to be a retro so that I could get a pair of size 12s. And I was not expecting to get the chance to buy these this year. 3 years later, that's pretty close. I'm surprised. So when I got the 2025 pair in, I compared them immediately to the 2022s and thought for sure there'd be some differences. Something must be different between these two pairs, and I can't see it. You guys can tell me if you see something other than the size difference. The colors look identical. And then additionally, I like that they did not raise the price. In 2022, they were $130, they're $130 now. So sometimes that happens. I could totally see them trying to get $150 for them. Didn't happen here. I'm happy about that. So these 11.5s from 2022, I'm gonna get rid of. You know, if you missed my video of what I do with all my shoes and clothing, do I keep everything? Make sure you go check that one out because it gives you an inside look as to what I do with everything. Sometimes I sell things, sometimes I donate it. Just go check out that video. It goes into detail about how shoes actually leave my sneaker collection. And by the way, I've had this pair on my feet for probably about 20 minutes now. They're breaking it already. As far as comfort goes, it's not gonna be that plush, soft comfort. It's just standard. Just like the materials, pretty standard. This would probably be a good shoe to swap the insole with, put something comfy in there. So that's probably what I'll do, and I'm gonna beat up the pair that is on my feet and then stash this second pair because I have a feeling we're not gonna see these for a long time. Like, how could we? And what happens with shoes like this is once they sell out, the resale market goes all the way up. This is a classic, like I said, a cult classic, but once they're not available anymore, these will be over $200. And a funny story is my brother-in-law loves this shoe. Big Bo Jackson fan, absolutely wanted these for his birthday. And my sister was like, hey, where do I get these? I was like, they're sold out. This is maybe 7 or 8 months ago. And she went on StockX and she bought a pair. And they were like 200 something bucks. And I was shocked. I can't believe these were reselling for over 200 at any point, but they were. So this is definitely something that is gonna sell out. They will. And then prices will go up. And I don't like to talk about resale much, but when I want a classic and I can't get it, I don't want to pay a lot for it. And then the last detail, the medial side of the shoe does not have a Nike swoosh. I always thought that was so cool. I love that they didn't include one there. So the shoe looks totally different, even on the midsole, medially, than it does laterally. They look like two different shoes. Top down, I like that view too. Now, as far as sizing goes, I went with my true size. I went with a size 12, and they're breaking in nicely on feet. I don't wish I went up a half a size or anything. Definitely don't go down a half a size, in my opinion. True to size should fit you correctly. So 2 things real quick. If you're interested in a pair of these, they are linked for you down in the description. But before you go shopping those links, hit the comment section. Let me know if you've ever had a pair of these. What are your thoughts on the SC Trainer? Do you think that these are a cult classic Nike shoe? Are you happy that they're back? Let me know, and of course, make sure you subscribe if you are new around here. That is a wrap though. I will catch you next time. Peace.